Hey guys, here's another episode for you guys. I got the Jeep body. I've had that for a long time, and anyway, I've been messing with stuff lately. I put the Barrage back together. I was using that for my wife's crawler, that frame, but I gave her the SCX10 frame instead and put all her stuff, so it's a real 1/10 scale chassis and stuff. So I got that guy all squared away for her, gonna get a winch on there and all that and stuff like that. But anyway, I got that guy going again too, just with the brush set up for now. But we got this little guy back to a Barrage now, as you guys can see. I threw the Jeep body on it. I wanted to use the Jeep body. The front end's on jack stands, that's why it's like that. But kind of sucks that these tires sit in more, like the width of the wheelbase is smaller than the body, of course, but I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. But I don't know, other people are like, oh, it looks dumb. But anyway, I think it looks pretty cool. I just got to see how that's centered, the wheel hub on that back end, and then see how the front isn't. So I see a bunch of people buying all thread, and I've done all thread for the links also, but I was thinking of using the stock SCX10 SCX10 deadbolt hardware that comes in your extra parts bag to accomplish my sorry, I got a text, wheelbase issue, if you will, with the body here. And I think this will give it just enough to go forward to line up my wheel hub here to the center of this guy, because this is the center here and we're about here or so, we need it right there in the middle. So it's about, I'd say, a little bit that far off, not too bad, about like the length of this almost, give or take. So I'm gonna try this on the top as a Y-link, since it's a Y-link setup, as you guys know, and then try these. These are shorter, these other ones are longer, and see if I can accommodate the wheelbase to match the body. So I think that looks pretty sharp like that. And then let me pause it real quick and take the body off, and I'll show you guys what else I've done. Okay guys, I use your typical magnets from Home Depot, glue them on the posts and stuff to mount the body right. Took that plate off because I'm gonna mount the ESC and receiver and all that up here in the front, and set that plate up here in the front, or mount the plate. I'll figure that out and get the electronics mounted for now. That's 2S. That is the Micro Mamba X system in it. And believe it or not, guys, I know people are like, oh, that's too much power. No, it's not. I mean, it's a lot of power, but like for crawling, it does really good. This thing does not get hot whatsoever. I sat there messing around for like good 30 minutes to an hour with this little guy, and the motor was still like not even warm. The ESC wasn't even warm and stuff, and you know, all that. It was awesome, good run. And this is another thing I did. I couldn't get regular shocks to fit, as everybody knows, because they're put on the inside. I've even tried to switch the link to go on the inside and the shock on the outside and go up, but it binds up against this here and then hits that screw where you see the shock at right here. Sorry guys, let me get in there better. Where you see the shock right there, when you put the shock here, it hits that one because it overlaps. So there's no way really to technically mount with this stock setup a shock on the outside like a regular crawler. So instead, with that body, since it's a hard body, it has a lot of body roll, right? It tilts like torque twist, basically like the temper, but because the body is so heavy for this little truck, shock wise, it doesn't hurt the motor or nothing. Like I said, I ran it with the body on it and it did fine. So I did a 2-stage type spring shock type deal, and as you can see, it still flexes just fine. It's a lot stiffer, of course, right? Because of the body. That's how I want it, is more stiffer so the body doesn't dance, do the dance, tilting, torque, twist type deal. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to show you guys how I built those. And maybe you can do the same way, the same thing, or do the same thing with different parts instead of how the parts I have, because I don't know if you guys have those or not. But anyway, I tried to use these plastic spacers that you just pop on to the shock. You just clip it on there and then it makes the spring supposedly stiffer, which it doesn't. So, and I don't know how to make dampening shocks yet, and with these I don't think it'd really matter to go that extent of taking stuff out and this and that. I have a buddy of mine in our crawler club that is going to show me how to do that when I buy his other two SCX 10s from him coming in February. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys how I build these, so bear with me. I'll show you how I do it to make a dual spring non-adjustable shock. Let me switch it around here for you guys. Just take a moment. Hopefully the camera view is where I need it, or close to. Alright guys, I already took this shock apart to do that one that's on the rig now. So we're going to use this one. It'll be a good template or whatever. So, and then what I use for the bottom spring is from a WL Toys, my mini muncher truck, bottoms for the bottom of it. So we're going to use this guy and then this guy that goes in between the shock body tower, I guess, and the spring, you could call it, and use that. So let's get this little guy taken apart. And take this off. I hope this is all in the camera view. I can't tell if it is or not. There we go, showing the light a little bit better towards this. So I'm going to take it off, take this bottom guy off because we don't need that. Keep the spring. We'll slide this guy off. We need this ring right here. Okay. Set those to the side. Set that there. Alright, now I gotta take this guy apart. So let's slide this like that. These ones are a little stronger, so I have to use my pliers to get these off. There we go. There we go, got that guy off. Get this off. Okay, so we'll keep that piece on the bottom right. And we'll set this guy here. Just compressor spring, which is hard to do. And then I just take this thin piece, I slide it over up against the Barrage spring here. And then I get the bottom piece of this shock here, and then I stick this on like that, and then I get this bottom one here. Oh, and I lose everything. Alright, hang on guys, gotta pause it. Okay, sorry guys, I found the pieces. But anyway, you take the bottom piece off these stock WL Toys shocks. I forget what the bottom of it's called, but anyway, you just take it and I stick the nipple side up, that way it holds that top ring in place. pull it, and then where the heck's the little spring at? Oh, here we go. And you set the little spring on here, and try not to lose it again, right? And you pull it like that, and you get your stock and eyelet in here. Don't even worry about trying to line it up like I just did, else you'll lose the springs everywhere again, like I did. Just screw on your eyelet, back on there as much as you can, or all the way, just like that. Pop that on, and then make the adjustment of doing that. And you can glue these two guys together, that way they don't slide off each other and stuff. But with testing that, with that one, it didn't even move, so I'm not gonna bother gluing it. And see, makes the spring rate a lot stiffer in a cheap, ineffective way. So there's a little tip for you guys there. I figured I'd share that with you guys. That way you can build a dual stage spring for your Barrage if you wanted to do that, if you're running a heavier body or whatever the case may be, or you put a bigger motor, like how I showed in the video, how putting a 1/10 transmission in that guy on the stock skid plate and everything, and it gives you a lot of torque twist. And you can also use this method to stop that torque twist if you guys haven't done that already. But here's a cheap, ineffective way. These shocks, I think for the WL toys, are like $5 for all of them, the stock shocks, I think for all 4 or something like that. And then you just buy another set of Barrage shocks, which luckily I have an RGT and a Barrage, so they're the same shocks. And that's how come I have extra shocks to mess with, just in case I lose stuff like I did. I just don't have extra ones of these, so I'll be probably only running the front for now with this setup. I'll build a third one until I find the bottom spring from this. I haven't been able to find that. So there you go, guys. There's a little tip on how to do it. And see that that dual spring spacer won't make it stop like that right there. It goes all the way, it slides on the shaft, obviously. And there you guys go. There's a quick little tip to do a dual rate spring. I'm sure you can do it on a 1/10 scale shock, even an adjustable shock, and do it that way. If you have multiple parts of shocks that are no good, the sills are bad or whatever, you can do a dual stage spring. These springs are softer than these springs, and so that will give me the dampening that I need, plus the spring load rate from the top spring to do what I need to hold the body perfectly straight or near straight. So there you go, guys. There's a little nice tip. I'll be doing something here soon, hopefully. Not sure when, on a build series yet. I'm on the market of ordering something right now. I'm not too sure if I want to order it or not and do a build series with that. But I might have something in the works for you guys. I appreciate all the new subscribers, guys. Awesome. I mean, my channel's really blown up since this little guy right here, since this little crawler right here. I mean, you guys have straight took my channel to another level. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback, all the questions. I appreciate it all, guys. I really thank you very much for subscribing, all the comments, everything. You know, you guys are awesome. And, you know, let's keep the RC family alive on YouTube, and let's keep it going. Keep new innovative ideas and thoughts and constructive criticism and all that fun stuff. And, of course, videos of running, bashing, you know, crawling, all the good fun things. Like Kevin says on his channel, you know, have fun. That's what the hobby's about. Whether you're bashing it and just tearing it up, if that's what you like to do it. And Shin RC, if you're watching, brother, I got the 8-tooth pinion off your link off your video for the Barrage. So I'm gonna put that on probably today, maybe. I don't know. I got a drift event to go to, which I'm gonna record and do it for you guys. Put it on my channel. So we're gonna have some drifting today. So I might have it posted later on today, if not sometime through the week for you guys. But I got the 8-tooth pinion for the ECX Barrage. So I'm gonna slap that bad boy on there, and we'll do a test run. Even though Shin RC has already been knocking the 1/24 scale scene out of the park, you know, doing all kinds of mods. Appreciate it, dude. But you know, I would like to show what it does on this guy too, since he has a different type of RC, but it's the same thing. But just so other people aren't spectacle, you know what I mean? Because you know there are people like that. So anyway, got the 8-tooth pinion, got the big battery pack charged up for that guy, but I'm gonna focus on my shocks on the Barrage, and we'll get that handled, and I'll do a run video with that Jeep body, and maybe I can go a little bit wider on the wheel spacing to accommodate for the body looking so wide, so fat on there, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, if you have any ideas or any questions or anything, feel free to ask me, and I'll help you with what I know. Thank you guys, and have a good weekend.